Director sir.
Good morning, sir.
So good morning, ma'am. Salini, ma'am.
Sir,
Sir, good morning, sir. I'm in. Already I'm in, sir. We can start.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. We can start.
Sir, good morning.
Yashoda, ma'am.
You can start, sir.
Good morning.
You
Good
can
morning,
start.
sir. Okay. Yashoda,
good
ma'am.
morning
Start,
to one
please.
and all who have. Yes, sir. Good morning to one and all who have gathered here. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Albert Schweitzer. With the words of Albert Schweitzer, I welcome you all for today's national level webinar on Striding Towards Success, How to be a Successful Professional by Dr. Ravinder Kumar Chadha, ex-Additional Secretary, Parliament of India. Dear participants, please mute your audio and video at the time of presentation in order to maintain better bandwidth. You can put your queries in chat box. It will be answered by the resource person at last. And please do not share your screen at the time of presentation. And feedback link will be posted in chat box once the session is getting to over. Now, I call upon Dr. Shalini Pakyam Kamala, Professor and Head, Department of Science and Humanities, Nehru Institute of Engineering and Technology, to deliver welcome address.
honorable resource person and beloved participants, a very pleasant morning to you all. For the past few days, we have been attending the programs, various programs on educational resources and digital tools by the organized by the Department of Library, that is by Dr. Sendil Kumar. And today also he has arranged another interesting program which is for all professionals want to become a successful professional. And we are happy to be the part of this program too. This program is organized from the Readers Club activity of PK Das Knowledge Fort associated with National Digital Library of India. He has given us a national webinar on striding towards successful success, how to be a successful professional. So we are all very eager to learn from the resource person. I'm very happy to be the part of this program. First of all, let me welcome our management trustee, Dr. P. Krishnadas, Chairman and Managing Trustee, and Dr. P. Krishna Kumar, CEO and Secretary of Nehru Group of Institutions in their absentia. Then I'm happy to welcome our Principal, Dr. P. Maniyarasan, Nehru Institute of Engineering and Technology in his absentia. I'm very much delighted to welcome our resource person, Professor Ravinder Kumar Chadha, ex-Additional Secretary, Parliament of India, Lok Sabha. Sir is in building committee of Election Commission and all other important committees, and also he is a recipient of many prestigious awards. And having 40 years of rich experience in library sector, we are very much eager and we are honored to have you among us, sir. Welcome you. I'm very happy to welcome to all the faculty professionals from the Department of Library and all other engineering and arts and science stream. If any students, participants are there, we are very happy to welcome you all. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Dr. P.T. Vijay Rajakumar, Director, Department of Management Studies, NAET, to give presidential address and introduce our chief guest.
Good morning, all. Most respected chief guest of the day, directors, head of the departments, faculty members, dear participants, a very good morning to all. I am very much happy to be a part of this webinar on how to be a successful professional. We all are expecting success in our life. Getting success in our professional life is always welcome. How can we get success? We can be a successful human being. We can be a successful family man. But how can be a successful professional? We can say knowledge is important, hard work is important, and we can say dedication is very important to be a successful person. We can say attitude is important. But what is really needed to become a successful professional? Let's see, today's webinar will be very much useful, fruitful, meaningful, and purposeful for all of our life to become a successful professional in our life. So at the outset, on behalf of Nehru Institute of Engineering and Technology, Nehru Group of Institutions, Coimbatore, we welcome today's resource person, Professor Dr. Ravinder Kumar Chadha. I am happy to introduce our resource person. Professor Dr. Ravinder Kumar Chadha has been conferred a Tagore National Fellowship for Cultural Research. He is a member of governing board of Infinite. He had earlier superannuated as Additional Secretary, Parliament of India, Lok Sabha. Professor Ravinder Kumar Chadha has been professor at Malvanchal University and a faculty member, building committees of Election Commission of India and Infinite. Professor Chadha was a member of Indian delegation to WHO Parliamentary Conference, Geneva in 2014. Interparliamentary Seminar for Asian Parliaments on Preventing and Responding to Violence Against Women and Girls in 2011, and Secretary to the Parliamentary Delegation to Iran. A widely traveled professional, he was invited to USA during 1993 and 2002 under International Visitors Leadership Program, and also to Germany by Goethe Institute. Delivered more than 100 keynote addresses, invited talks, including at PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Royal Society of Chemistry, and a number of national and international conferences. Professor Chadha has worked with Parliamentary Committee on Defense, Library, Welfare of AC and ST, Urban Development, Estimate, etc. Dr. Chadha was a nodal officer for Parliamentary Library building projects, setting up of Lok Sabha TV channel, head of IT division of Lok Sabha. Professor Chadha is a recipient of ICDT Lifetime Achievement Award for Distinguished Services in 2018, DLA Lifetime Achievement Award in 2018, Manav Rachna CL Lifetime Achievement Award in 2020, LPA Lifetime Achievement Award in 2019, Master Motilal Sankhi Award in 2009, and so on. Dr. Chadha has, to his credit, nearly 40 years of experience in managing the library and information centers of national and international repute, including the British Library Lucknow, National Institute of Design Ahmedabad, ICR ISAT Hyderabad, and National Informatics Center New Delhi. He had been executive member and information coordinator of RSCAO, IFLA, President AGLIS, and editor of AGLIS journal. We have the right person today with this. Sir, we request you to take over the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now I call upon our resource person, Dr. Ravinder Kumar Chadha, to take over the session. Sir, the session is over to you.
Sir, you're in muted, sir. Muted.
Good morning. Can I put my presentation on?
Very low voice, sir. Hearing you, very low voice.
Okay. Is it okay? Voice is okay now?
Now okay, sir. Now okay.
Okay. My presentation is visible or not?
No, sir.
Hello. Can you
no,
see
sir,
me?
No, sir. No, sir.
Is it now? Can you see the presentation?
No, sir. Not visible, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Yes, present now. Window. It's not allowing me to make the presentation.
So you can share me, sir. If possible, you can share me my mail, sir. I can share.
It's not coming. I hope no other presentation is there.
No, sir. Not visible,
Sendal,
sir.
sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you need to allow him to present it. Now
Yeah,
there
that's
is new
the thing.
option called.
You have to allow me to make presentation.
Yes, sir.
Sir, if you see in right side, there is option there.
Just one. Where, ma'am?
Now it is there. Can you see now?
No, sir. No, sir. Please wait, sir. Now it's okay, sir. Now
Yes,
it's
sir. Now
visible.
It's okay now?
Yes, sir. It's
Visible,
visible
sir.
now.
Okay. Good morning, friends. In fact, it's my pleasure to be with you this morning to discuss about the, how to be a successful professional. In fact, what I'll be talking about is how I developed myself, how a person can move in the life to get more and more, the opportunities in the life. Let me start with a small, story. I don't know if you have read recently, I think it was 2 days back in the newspapers, that SpaceX is going to develop high-speed rockets to transport US Army weapons anywhere in the world in 60 minutes. Now, this is a news where they will be using reusable rockets. The rockets will be again and again used for transporting the weapons. And similarly, there was a news in February where the same company known as SpaceX has talked about having the space tourism. That means they will be taking people to the space, and they're also planning to have colonies on the Mars. So on one side, they will take you to space. You'll be there for 15, 16 days, 1 month or 2 months. And, at a very, very nominal prices, probably 70 crores or so. And they are also planning to have colonies in the Mars. So you can go, stay in the Mars and come back. And they have given, how it will be done and all these things. Now, the person behind this is Mr. Elon Musk, who was born in 1971 in South Africa. And a very, very, in a very normal, poor family. And then as a childhood, as a children, he was a bullied child. Like he used to sit in the corner. Nobody used to play with him. And they used to, bully him a lot and all. But one good thing he had, he was avid reader of science fiction books. He used to all the time read science fiction books. And at the age of 10 itself, he developed a sort of developed interest in the computers. If you remember in 1970s, we are talking about means 1980s, the computer was something, even out of reach for all of us. So he developed the interest just by reading the science fiction books. And this person, when he grew up, he put a lot of new companies. SpaceX, which as I told you just now, that a company who is trying to take people to the space, who is working on the reusable rockets and all. Tesla cars are very popular in the US. These are the first electric popular cars and very costly cars. And they are the most, it's a pride ownership. Anybody having a Tesla means it's a pride ownership. And there are a lot of stories about him. He developed a boring company, who will be making the tunnels. And there's an interesting story, but I'll not be covering everything today. So let's see, why I wanted to give you this about this person is that look at the person who is now a person of 4,000 crores US dollars. In 1999, he started PayPal, he started SpaceX, Tesla cars, Eurolinks, boring company. And when you talk to him, he will say that credit for all this thing goes to my reading habits. The only habit he has got is his vision and reading habit. He's an avid reader, all the time reading, gaining the knowledge. Friends, we are living in a very interesting era. Now, this is an era of disruptive technologies. Here, things don't move in a kind of like a linear fashion. that you develop this thing, then you develop next thing, and all this thing. Here, the technology comes in such a way that it sweeps away the old systems or old routines, and new and new things are coming in the market. Let me give you an example. Uber is an example which you probably might not have even heard of 10 years back or 7 years back, but today it is one of the largest car rental car service around the world, and they don't even own a single car themselves. Airbnb, not having a single hotel of their own, but they are the biggest hotel booking company. Paytm, Amazon, name the things. Probably we have not heard it even 10 years back. And today they are ruling the world. So we are living in such a world where things are changing, a new idea comes up, and if idea is implemented and it clicks, it becomes a kind of a new normal. A new thing comes and which makes the thing, in a very different way. Today, the managing director of Mercedes-Benz feels that their competitors are not car companies, but their competitors are Tesla, Google, Apple, and Amazon. These are the technological companies who have nothing to do with manufacturing of cars, but they are the competitor of today's car companies. So what is important today is that you disturb the world. You do something which is absolutely unique. And when you talk about this thing, when you talk about the success of a person, it is you. You are only responsible for your success, nobody else. If you decide, if you plan, if you wish, you can be a successful person. How? I think we'll talk. In the beginning, we'll talk in general terms, and later on, we will pick up about the library profession as well. That how librarians can succeed in their career, or how they can succeed in their profession. First of all, as I said, it is you. You have to say, you have to become positive. And this habit of saying, I don't have this. I'm born in a small town. Otherwise, I would have done this. I don't know much of English. Otherwise, I would have done this. I don't have money for this. The reason I gave you example of Elon Musk in the beginning was only for the purpose that these words, what we normally use, makes no sense. You have to. All of us have 24 hours. You have to plan yourself. You have to develop yourself in such a way that you become a successful person. There are few magical words. There are few magical things which you have to do in your life if you want to grow. Let's say we try to grow 1% every day. Certainly, we don't want our past to, influence us for not growing. So we have to be positive. We have to think in right direction. We have to work for it. And the foremost thing is you have to discipline yourself. The first, foremost, very important thing is disciplining yourself. Your environment. Environment means human environment and physical environment. There's a very popular saying, you tell me your friends, I will tell your future. You are average of 5 people with whom you spend most of your time. That means if you are spending the time with the people whose thinking is a very mediocre kind of a thinking, who enjoy gossiping, drinking, worrying, complaining, daydreaming, oh, I want to become this, or blaming the system. These all things create negativity in life. I remember even Amitabh Bachchan has written a poem. He was talking sometime, and he said that when he did his graduation, he was in his college in Allahabad, Their friends used to discuss, where are the jobs? What we will do after doing graduation? Why should we study? There's no need, like there are no jobs left for us. Jobs are for people who have approach. Jobs are there. Like all kind of negative things, creating the negativity. So the first foremost thing, if you want to grow in your life, come out from your toxic friends. Those friends who are making you negative. And these friends are very easy to judge. It's not difficult to judge them. They are manipulative, judgmental all the time. Oh, he's like that. He's like that. He doesn't work. He doesn't do this. So these kind of people, you have to be away from them. And you have to be doing, you have to be away even from the toxic environment. You have to nature lover. You have to have a place which gives you kind of you should have a pleasant environment. You should enjoy the environment, whether it is your home, office. Like I go to some people's office and it is so mess. Files are lying here and there, full of dust, and I feel how they sit. And certainly these type of people will have the output, similar kind of output they will have. So first foremost thing is how you, in what environment you are sitting, how you make your own office, how you create your home, how you keep yourself. So these are the things which makes you keep yourself away from social media. Most toxic thing in the life. Facebook, WhatsApp, we spend so much of time. Useless entertainment channels. Absolutely. The television, if you go nowadays, everybody is worried about Sushant's case. People are worried about this case, that case, for which probably we have directly no concern. As a human being, yes, we must have concern. But not that we spend our whole day on those gossips and listen to those things. So, one was that you come out from that kind of environment. You come out from those kind of things. And then you have to believe in yourself. If you believe that you can do it, certainly you can do it. Now, believe me, friends, Kunal, there is no difference between you and the person on the top. You are exactly the same. If you talk about, because I have been in parliament for so many years, I have been with these leaders, with ministers and all. There's no difference. They are as good, as bad as we are. Believe in yourself. You can do yourself. There's a story, I don't know how much time it will take. There's a story where, the woodcutter wanted to cut in the field, and he goes and says to in the field and says, oh, tomorrow I'll call my village friends and we'll cut the tree. And then the bird who was sitting on the tree, when she came back in the evening, the kid says, tomorrow this tree will be cut, so let us move from here. But the bird said, what exactly happened? And they told, the farmer came and he said that he will come with his village friends and cut the tree tomorrow. She said, don't worry, he will not come. Like that, things goes on. Finally, once he says, tomorrow I will come and do it, the bird flew away because now she knew it will be cut. So, it is you have to do. And believe me, friends, all these big people or successful people whom you see around you or around the world, they all have suffered a lot in their life. They have worked very hard. They have really, really worked in their life to reach to those positions. And their suffering was as bad as we can imagine. So, you have to work hard. You have to suffer a lot in case you are going up. And you have to start working for it. You have to start. So what is initially has to be set as a goal. You have to make your vision clear what you want. You want money. You want professional position. You want a lot of education. What you want in your life. You have to be clear. I hope you all know there was a Dr. Jichkar who was also a member of Rajya Sabha, he was a medical doctor, MD in 3 subjects, MA in almost 15, 16 subjects, PhDs in, and he knew almost 20 languages of the world. Such a learned man, a single person. Then he became minister. He worked so hard that he brought police reforms in Maharashtra. He was minister in center. So such a man, he was there. So his vision was clear. He was clear what he wanted. And with all your vision, you have to fall in love with your work, and certainly it will take you. Once you set your goals, now there are procedures, there are ways how we should do. If you are interested, if you want to work in your life, you can go on reading these things and you will get the targets. You first write it down, review them every day, do the things in a very proper way, set the targets for small things. So all these ways and procedures are there which can lead you to the new heights. And most important is that whatsoever you want to achieve, you must get information, knowledge, skill, and the right people to take you to that path. So it's not that you imagine today that I want to be this and you will reach to that place. No, you have to work for it. And for that, you have to gain the knowledge, you have to gain the skills, experience, and support of right people. You have to build the team. You have to plan. You have to set your goals, set your priorities, set your action, and that will lead to what you want to achieve. And most important is you have to be consistent and focused on the work you want to do. Very simple logic. Secret of success is pursuing your goals faithfully. I'll give you an example. Michael Jordan, who says, I missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. 26 times I have been trusted to take the game winning shot and missed. He was probably, people thought he will be able to do it, but he missed the game winning shot. He failed a number of times, but then finally he became the highest scorer of basketball in the world. Imagine how much work, how much efforts he has done in his life. So that is the kind of persistence, that is the kind of goal you have to have in your mind. Keep reviewing your things. Be visionary. Now, the moment we talk all these things, the most important thing is there are 3 things which are important, and I'll go one by one. First is reading. What makes you to have vision? What makes you to have ideas? What makes you to know what new can be done is the only way is with the reading. Almost all the world's highest achievers have one thing in common. It's not their intelligence, not their luck, but their habit of reading. Elon Musk, I give you the example. I'll give you a few more examples soon. And, they all say that it is an enjoyable, it's a rewarding experience, and that is what is important. Let's take an example of 2 biggest investors of the world who made a lot of money in investment. Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, of course, you must be knowing. He's also now planning to enter in India also. And these are the 2 people who give all their credit to reading. They became wiser when wiser. He says, every night I should become a little wiser. Every day when I get up, I must know something new. Bill Gates. Bill Gates give all the credit to 2 things, communication and reading. So there are only 2 formulas in the life, that you must develop your communication skills, you must develop your reading habits. And these are the 2 things which will take you to the new heights. Bill Gates, he reads like anything. And he says that all of us must read at least 50 books in a year. That means minimum one should read one book in a week. Mark Zuckerberg, you all know, he invited the whole world to join him for reading books in 2015. Mukesh Ambani, our Indian richest man, he is again a voracious reader. So a lot of examples. Take anybody, you will find that the reading is the only way to come up in the life. Now we all are talking about driverless cars. The driverless cars concept, again this company which has come up, auto company, it was again started in a garage in San Francisco in 2016, just 4 years back. And now these are the people who are been talking about self-driving cars. In 4 years, they come up with the idea of self-driving cars or driverless cars. And this company has been taken over now by Uber. So this is what is the vision they have got. They will have. Now the vision is very clear. They say, Uber's vision is, they say that you order a car, you order the taxi, and the moment you put it on your screen that you want the taxi at such and such time, taxi comes to your door, you open the gate, there is no driver sitting in the taxi. You open the gate, sit in the car on the allotted seat. If it is a shared taxi, if it is an independent taxi, then you sit in the taxi. The taxi will take you to your destination. You get down and money is automatically deducted from your wallet. So this is the kind of concept where the cars will reach you without a driver, automatically take you to the destination, drop you, and bye-bye. This is what is being experimented in US now and probably will go around the world very soon. If you don't have time to read the whole book, there are sites where you can, read book in a 15 minutes kind of a thing. They put the summary of the book. And there are a number of sites. Blinkist is one of them, but there are many of them. So you can develop the reading habits, at least with these kind of summary of books, and slowly and gradually, certainly, I'm sure you will migrate to the full books. And what is important is that you must share your knowledge. It's not that you gain a knowledge and then keep it to yourself. You learn from others, you share your knowledge so others can learn from you. And that is what is today more important. It's not that I have done something in my organization or I have done something new, I must not, I keep it to myself, which is probably one of the Indian habits. If you look into the international surveys, as per the survey, 43% of papers published in past 5 years were written by international research teams. Not that, one lab, but multiple labs work for this kind of projects. So that is how the things will be going on in the future. So, as I said, and Bill Gates says, the two things are important in life. One is the reading habit, another is communication skills. And that's very important that all of you pick up the communication skills very effectively and efficiently. It is not only communication, doesn't mean the written, but it's your verbal communication, your written communication, and how you behave, how you, present yourself. These all are important if you want to grow in your life. So on one side, you keep on updating your knowledge, upgrading yourself. On another side, you should be a person who is able to communicate in a very effective way. There are a number of, as I said, there are a number of ways to do it. There are a number of books. There are a number of good presentations on YouTube or on TED and all, which you can, if you are interested, you can pick up your skills. Don't say that I don't know this, I want to pick up, but I am not able to do it. This is all, giving the excuses. If you want to improve, it is a simple, persistent, regular exercise. And if you go on doing this exercise, probably you'll able to improve your skills within no time. There are a lot of examples for that. Friends, I would like to today say only one thing. A lot of people ask that I have got some money, I want to invest it in share. Should I invest in bank FDs, or what should I do and all? I always say one thing. First of all, you invest in yourself. If you have time, if you have energy, if you have money, you must invest in yourself. You must take online courses. This was the wonderful time we had. On one side, yes, there's a pandemic. All of us are afraid. All of us are worried. All of us are worried about the future. But at the same time, it's giving us a lot of opportunity, lot of time to be with family, to be with friends, and to update ourselves, to realize ourselves, to work on ourselves. This is the time when almost all the universities and even the private vendors have opened their course material, opened their literature, opened everything because of this pandemic. Take online courses. Whatsoever your passion, you want to improve your skills, do it. You want to learn philosophy, learn it. You want to learn psychology, learn it. Do what you want. And things are available online. Things are available here and there. Join seminars, read books, join groups. All things are available on today online where you can grow yourself. And this is that wonderful time where you must be spending time with yourself, doing something which you have been waiting for the years. So let me come to the library side. This was what I talked till now was about as a person, as an individual, how you should do, how you should work, how you should grow yourself. Try to invest in yourself. There is a kind of an opportunity for you. And people who say that I don't have time, I tell them only one thing, my dear friend. For 1 week, you just take a paper and write what you did during last 1 week or last 1 month. Or if you don't want to go in past, at least every day you must write what you have done during last 24 hours. And you yourself will know that where you waste your time, where you put time for unproductive things, which probably can be avoided. And certainly you will find time for the new things which you would like to do. So there is a time for all of us, with all of us. We can do that. We can reach anything. Now coming to the library. As disruption is in every field. Disruption is in education field. Today we are talking about universities, which will be online universities. We are talking about the study material which will be available online. Tomorrow you can pick up a course which is going in Harvard or which is going in London School of Economics. You can pick up the course by sitting in New Delhi or in Hyderabad or Trivandrum or anywhere. So education is being disrupted with new ideas and concepts. I hope you all know there is a university in France known as École 42 where there is no teacher at all. It's a university of computer science where the students are admitted as per their capability. Means they enter into a pool. They say you have to enter into a swimming pool. Though it's not actual swimming pool, it's a virtual pool. Where you just join that pool, they judge your capabilities on different subjects and topics. And then after you are admitted, they give you a kind of project every day or every second day or every week. You complete the project, and then your project or your work, what you have done, is reviewed by your peers, by your another students, by your friends, by your colleagues, and yourself. There's no teacher at all. As per your job done, as per your knowledge gained, you will get the next project, and slowly and gradually you will improve your capabilities in the different subjects, and they will know what subjects or what topics you like more, and then you can gain more and more expertise in that. And this university, they say everybody gets a job before they complete their course, and everybody is employed almost before they complete their course. Now they are experimenting similar universities in LA, in USA, and other places. So this is a kind of disruption going to happen in education system. And libraries, you all know, all the time we are being disrupted, or we are being challenged by Google, Wikis, and whatnot, YouTube, and whatnot. We get so many challenges every day. We will be, pressurized by number of the systems. Online education will disturb us. Publishing technology, publishing pattern is going to change very soon. Another 5 years down the line, you will find that publication pattern will totally change. The artificial intelligence will come up, and they will have their automatic review and all this thing, and you will find publishing pattern will change very soon. Hyper-connected societies, or what we call is industrial 5.0 or education 5.0, will all change, have big impact on the libraries. So if you want to be successful, if you want to be a successful professional, a library professional, you have to constantly innovate yourself. If you want to be in the business, you have to be constantly innovating yourself. When I see the dyeing industry, there is a concept of dyeing industries in USA, and when I was looking at the list that which are the organization or which are the subjects or which are the fields which are going to die soon, the library and archives appear at number 2. The topmost is DVD renting business. After that, we are number 2 as a library. It doesn't mean that libraries will disappear. It means that the job of librarian will not remain as lucrative, will not be as paying, will not be as respectable. They will become routine kind of jobs. They will be low paid jobs. They will be routine jobs. So librarians or libraries will reach to that position if we don't change. If we don't change today, probably we may reach to that position. Today, the technology has so much of impact that library systems have changed. Users have changed. Now, users don't, users don't come to you. Okay, I'll be talking about users a little later. What we are doing basically, what we are doing is we are performing all our old practices with the modern tool. What we do is we are doing the same still classification, cataloging, reference service, SDI service, this service, that service. Only thing is we are using computers as a tool instead of manual system. My dear friends, this will not work. You have to be totally revolutionized. If you want to remain in business, you want to remain competitive, you have to re-envision yourself. And most important in any sector is human resource. That means you have to change first of all. We as a professionals have to change our attitude. We have to be very different. We have to talk that every day is our business day. Every day we have to do something new. Every day we have to learn something new. Mark Zuckerberg, he made a personal resolution that I must wear a tie every day. Why? It's not that this is something different, but then you feel that you are going to office, you're going for work, you are in a different attire. If you again go in your t-shirts and jeans or normal dress, that means you are going again in the same mode. So if you are changing yourself, if you are, you have to feel that you are going for work, you're going for doing something. You have to identify the niche areas. And most important is you have to de-learn. Today, learning is one thing, but at the same time, de-learning is equally important. Unless until we de-learn the old practices of class reference and whatnot, or bibliographic making, or all these things, certainly we will not be able to succeed. We have to create a new future. We have to create a new team of workers, new visionaries of workers. That is more important. Beating the old bush will not lead us to anything. The secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but building the new. Build something differently. Build something new. Now, let's take an example. We have been debating so long that what should be the physical look of the libraries. Should it be again same dull place where nobody is allowed to talk and all the time the library, shh, don't talk, it's a library, keep quiet, or it has to be a happening place. A place where people come, meet, people innovate. It becomes a kind of an active learning space. Today, the learning ways have changed. We have to provide space for study space, discussion rooms, MOOC study spaces. The library has to be treated as a third place. Home, your college, your classroom in the college, and if you think of third place, it should be the library after home and your classroom, where you give the opportunity to the people to be creative, to discuss with each other, to collaborate, to come up with new ideas, to bring your laptops, work, to discuss, to attend a virtual class, to have a MOOC study area. These are the concept of modern libraries. We are moving away from the print material. So how to give them new education material? That is important. And new education material, again, my dear friends, it's not journal articles or so. Rather, it is the virtual, attending the virtual class somewhere, having a group meeting. So these are the things which have to work out in the library. A space for coalesce, connect, and confront the future challenges for the readers. Libraries have to become idea factories. So these are the changes. Now, this is something, a library. A room in the library which is talking as a virtual classroom. That is the environment of library which has to come. This is the library where collaborative learning goes on. These are the future libraries. So, think how you can replan your library. Most important is we have to bring in our mind that library is a service organization. We are there to support the system. It is not a technical organization. It's not an organization where we have to come classify and catalog. Can we stop all these things? Can we stop all old practices and come with the new ideas? Stop doing where we are wasting or where we are using our time on unproductive things. We have to look into those things. 90% of our staff spends time in background or back room activities. Why is it necessary? That has to be thought of. Or do we keep our, now in this environment, we have to ask few questions. Do we still need a reference desk? Why? Why we need a reference desk? Do we keep our print collection? And if yes, how much? How are we providing instructional services? Again, we look for people to come to us, or it is through YouTube, it is through social media, it is through Facebook. Can't we do those instructional services through that? So let us imagine in a very different room. And friends, you as a professional can pick up lot of things. I'll take another 5 minutes in explaining what we can do. Pick up what suits you, what interests you, what you can do as per your capacity. It's not that everything you have to do, but you have to do something different, something new. What about the intellectual output of your institution? People are, your faculty is writing articles, your scientists are writing articles, your institutional knowledge is there. Where is that information available? I remember one professor came to me, was doing research on herself on IIT library. And when she went to the IIT library, she was not able to get their annual reports of IIT itself in the library. The same IIT Delhi libraries annual or IIT Delhi annual reports were not available in the IIT library. Finally, I have to provide from my collection. So that is the kind of a level we are holding. I'm talking about IIT New Delhi library. You should be responsible for your institutional intellectual output. Manage your institutional archives. Now, this is the time where we can participate in measuring research output. Who's most productive? What kind of research is going on in the institution? What will be our future research? Because all your ranking depends on your research activities nowadays. Be part of open access initiative. Tell them where to publish, when to publish, what are the places where we can publish. Support in the MOOC. Teach them information literacy. Again, not in a classroom mode, through YouTube, through developing the specialized audiovisual programs, multimedia programs. Responsible for plagiarism and IPR issues, which is very important today. Everybody is talking about that. A lot of vice chancellors have lost their jobs because of plagiarism. You can participate in ranking process. You can participate in NAC process. A whole lot of things are available to you. Be webmaster of your institution. Reinvent library space. Master appropriate open source software. I'll be talking very little in a minute on that also. Give services through e-resources. Smartphone opportunity. Make library as a social platform. So many things you can do. Recently I was to develop I asked some friend of mine to develop a homepage for one of our society, our association. And he was taking time and he was busy so here and there. Finally, I thought, why should I not try for it? I went to the internet. I started learning, and I was, I could understand there are a number of sites on which I can build the free site. And believe me, friends, it took me just 24 hours to build my own site on the Wix. And there are a number of platforms like that. So tomorrow, if I want to build my own website, I can do it now because I spent about 24 hours or so in learning the process. And in just that time, I could do that. It is as simple as creating your own page on Facebook. Maybe a little more than that. So things are very simple. Life is very simple. Only thing is we don't spend time, energy, we don't move in right direction. So you want to create a website for your library, you can do it free of cost. Nobody is stopping you. Then you want to create a repository, institutional repository. You can create again just by learning in one day. People say, I don't know how to create. I must have a computer person. Why? There are ways and means on the internet itself. But just go. Figshare is one of the examples. Create your institutional repository. It may take your 6 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours or so. You can learn yourself. And if you are stuck anywhere, there is a system on the internet itself which will guide you. Other day I had a problem with my camera of my laptop. But I could repair it myself by going through on the net. Just on the net I went and I picked up what happens, what can be the possible ways. And within, I think, 3-4 hours, I could manage to refix my camera on the laptop. So Figshare gives you an opportunity where you can create your own institutional repository. Bpress is another example. So many examples. All Genedo. Think of, there are a whole lot of opportunities are available. Mendeley, Joreto, EndNote, RefWork. So many opportunities. You want to organize your references, citations, create bibliographies. All these opportunities are available. Only thing is you have to understand is spend time. And believe me, it is not rocket science. It's very simple. And you have to just be careful, concentrate on the things, and you will be able to pick up. People talk about Mendeley, they automatically generate bibliographies. You organize your references easily. Not only yours, I am talking about your organizations, your institutions, your university, your college. These all things can be done within no time. So, whole lot of examples. What you have to do is you have to think differently. You have to think in an absolutely new pattern. Have to have a very, very, very different approach. Forget what you have learned because days have changed. Technology has moved ahead. We are living in a very, very different world where if I buy a mobile phone today, tomorrow it becomes outdated. Just tomorrow. Within 24 hours, you feel that your purchase, your phone has become outdated. So we are living in that scenario. So take initiative. And if you take initiative, believe me, people will be after you. That again, I can go on talking on these topics. But only thing I would like to say is that there are a number of new opportunities, number of new things we can do. Pick up a few of them. It's not that everything we should do. One by one, pick up a thing. Think of a library which is like a mall. When people feel like going to the mall and create your library in the same way, a self-service technologies place. Library as a classroom. From storage to access. Acumental place. Now, tomorrow's learning is based on games. It's a gamification of education. So why not gamification of libraries? So that is what we have to do. And in order to do this thing, keep in mind, you have to keep your health, spend time on yourself, maintaining your good health, going to exercise, having exercise, going to garden, socializing and all. It's very important if you want to be a successful person. And above all, what is important is be positive. Have a positive attitude and word is with you. Thank you very much. Once again, I thank Dr. Senthil and authorities of Nehru Education Society for giving me this opportunity. In fact, I had a wonderful opportunity. I could talk to all of you and I could share my own things. Certainly, I could not share much of my experience because time is always limited. But I hope you enjoyed. Now I am ready for any questions. Thank you. Over to Dr. Senthil.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir,
If you
for
can,
your enlightening session. Now, participants can ask their queries by unmuting their audio, or else you can ask your queries through chat box.
Thank you so much, sir.
sir, one question in chat box, sir.
What is the question?
Sir, how to manage stress, sir?
How to manage?
Stress.
I couldn't get
Stress.
that. Let me open chat box. There it is. Thank you. Very informative. How to manage? How to manage stress? Okay, stress. Why should you have stress? First of all, I don't know. Means why we are having stress unnecessary. There are a number of ways to manage the stress. Of course, stress can be managed by diverting yourself. The foremost important thing is divert yourself. The moment you get any kind of a stress, if you change from that scenario, you move into the new scenario, like go for early morning walk, talk to your pet, or talk to even the street dogs, talk to friends. There are a number of stress busters, and best I could find in my life was doing the mild yoga, doing mild exercises. Exercise is the best stress breaker. Diverting your mood, listening to some good music. There are a number of ways. Again, if you go on the net and you look into that, why this stress happens, how we can avoid it, there are all lot of theories or stories you will get. But the best way is divert yourself, go for little yoga exercise, go for fresh air, and the stress is gone. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Participant, if you can, any query, please ask. Or we are moved to next session. Sir, one more question, sir. Preeti Sharma. How to establish an institutional repository without server?
Oh my God! I told you, you don't need server at all. That's what I say. When we talk about this, when you attend these kind of library science, what we call is so many lectures or so many this thing. It's our experts or our people who have some experience don't tell you the tricks basically. Whensoever we give and whensoever you attend a lecture, you must ask these type of questions very frequently. I request you all, because be very open. Ask, it may look very stupid, it may look very awkward, it may look very normal, but ask something. That is very important, because that will, anything which is coming in your mind, you must clearly ask it. And this is a very good question someone has asked, because people have in mind that how can I set up an institutional repository? How can I automate my library? How can I do this thing? I don't have even a computer. Office doesn't give me a computer. I don't have knowledge. I don't do this. These all things are there in the mind of people. Why don't you ask the experts who are giving you the lectures, who are talking on these topics? See, I talked, just to answer your question just now, when I was giving my presentation, I gave you an example of Figshare. Go to the Figshare site, and there are number of other sites. Go to the Figshare site. There you can create your own institutional repository. You don't require any knowledge of computers. You don't require any server. You don't require any additional hardware. Only thing is you require your own computer by which you can access the fixture site. That means you need a computer, you need a connectivity, which of course you are having. That's why you are connected today also. And you go there, they give you all, the moment you open it, it is like Facebook. The moment you open it, they ask you, you want to create what you want to create, how big you want to create, what you want to put this, and automatically you will able to create your institutional repository, which will be hosted on fixture site. Now that is the beginning. Now once you do that, that means what I'm trying to say is, like you have created your Facebook page, similar way you have created this kind of page on the fixture, which is working as an institutional repository of your institution. That is the beginning. Now, Government of India is they are very keen that we must host all our scholarly material. So they have made certain institution, like if you request InflipNet, that you want to create an institutional repository at InflipNet site or through InflipNet, they will be very happily doing it. I remember I was sitting in a meeting, in an executive meeting, in a research council meeting of ICSSR, NASDOC. When I was there, they were having the same problem, that they wanted to host their journals and institutional repository somewhere. I immediately rang up Dr. Arora from the meeting itself, and he agreed to host their all the material on the InflipNet site. So InflipNet took the responsibility of hosting all the data, all the information. So on one side, you have an opportunity to host it on the servers of fixture or these kind of thing. Number of them I have given in my presentation. Either, or you can request InflipNet or NDL or whatsoever. There are a number of big institutions who will be very happily able to share. But make a beginning through these private sites, because that will be simple for you to understand. They are easy to create, they are automatic to create, and you will easily able to understand is how to create it, what data to put, how to put the data. Very simple, and do it. Like, so if you have interest, start with that. Does it answer your question?
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. In YouTube, 2 more questions, sir. In public library, how can I create personal room or discussion room for the users?
The librarian has to do it. That's all. What is the problem? In public library, you should create kind of a virtual classroom. You can create a kind of a discussion room. You can create a kind of, you have to take out a space. You have to carve out a space within your library where you can, which certainly, should be given to the group of students or group of researchers or group of people who wants to enter into, who wants to have serious educational discussion. Allot them the room for particular timing. Okay, 4 to 5, you can have that room. You can make a discussion. In fact, public libraries in India have to think in a very, very different way. The first thing in public library should be that they should give the opportunity to the citizens or to the users to access internet from their library. They should give them the space to make the discussion. They should give the space for making the presentations. So these all things can be easily developed in public library environment. So that these things can be easily done, and they should be rather done. Public libraries have to rather become very, very different, have to have very different thinking, because our public libraries are not as popular as in the West. So let us think in a very different way, and let us plan our libraries in a very different mode. So that is important. And if you have raised this question, try to implement it.
Thank you, sir. Last question, sir. We are thinking to start being an entrepreneur. We can grow our circle.
Yes, certainly. You have to be. You can't do, in Hindi we have a say, Akela chana bhar nahi phok sakta. is as alone you cannot do the miracles. If you want to grow, if you want to do the things, you have to have a right group. You must, first of all, important is you must gain the knowledge of the subject. If you want to be entrepreneur, you have to know what exactly you want to do. Gain knowledge about it. Look into the market situation. What exactly is happening in the market. And then look for the right people. Look for the right group who can work for to help you in making you, starting your activities or starting your business or so. So that's very important. That's certain. And you alone certainly cannot take responsibility of everything. So you need a good group. You need right people, like-minded people to become a good entrepreneur.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So one more question, just shall I ask, sir?
Yeah, why not? Carry on. I have no problem. Problem is your timing. Your timing.
Okay. How can affected by negativity around us avoid?
Can you repeat the question?
How can we avoid affected by negativity around us?
If you have your positive attitude,
Gita,
and you get away from those people who spread negativity, as I said, so-called toxic friends, so-called toxic environment, the people who spread negativity, there are a whole lot of people. What you will do by doing this? What are you going to gain? It is not easy. Our government is very corrupt. Our system is very bad. This is this. These are all people who spread negativity. Be away from them. Go for those people who have done something in their life, who have achieved something in their life by their hard work. That's why you need to be, gathered around by those people who are having a positive attitude, who are learners, who are doing things in the right direction, who are gaining something in their life. Then you will grow. But if you become surrounded by the people who have that attitude, certainly you will not able to succeed the way you feel like. So that's very important. Environment, whether a human environment or physical environment, it is very important in life. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yashoda ma'am?
Right, sir. Thank you, sir, for your valuable answers. Now I call upon Dr. K.R. Senthil Kumar, librarian, Nehru Institute of Engineering and Technology, to propose vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all. First of all, I put my gratitude to our CEO and Secretary, sir, for giving this opportunity to associate with the institution and to organize this wonderful national webinar on citing towards success, how to be a successful professionals. I thank Principal of NIET, Dr. P. Maniyarasan, sir, for his full support and guidance for this event. Personally, I want to thank today's chief guest, Professor Dr. Ravinder Kumar Chadha, Additional Secretary, Parliament of India, Lok Sabha, and I thank Dr. Sani Bhakyam Kamala, Head of the Department, SNH, for giving welcome address, and I thank Dr. P.T. Vijayaraj Kumar, Director, NIET Affairs, for giving presidential address and introduction of chief guest. I also thank IT Administration Director, all the department HOD, faculty of NIET, students, and my library team. I special thank to NIET MBA department, Ms. Yashoda ma'am, overall handling the MOC section. Finally, I thank to all the participants for joining today national webinar. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Participant feedback link.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a nice session for all of us, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, போயிட்டார்.